Most importantly, it stops autopilot funding for an out-of-control government agency that is perhaps most in need of reform.
Defund the IRS? Not entirely, but partially, argue House Republicans. So let's look at their claims about what they say is a bloated IRS, the odds that you'll get audited, and the fairness of IRS enforcement. First, IRS staffing. It's down 33% in the last 30 years, and that's resulted in a 90% drop in face-to-face audits. Our government is simply taking most Americans' word for it when they say they've paid their fair share, and Republicans say it's working.
The overwhelming majority of Americans, about 85%, follow the law and pay their taxes. The last thing they need is more IRS agents knocking on doors.
But Democrats say more agents knocking on doors is exactly what we need to keep people honest, because 85% paying their taxes means 15% are not. That represents hundreds of billions of missing tax dollars. So last year, the president carved out some money to beef up IRS staffing over the next 10 years by 400%. Who is getting audited? Well, probably not you if you make between $25,000 and $200,000 per year. It might change with new IRS staffing, but last year, just 1 in 526 of those returns were inspected by IRS staff. It ticks up a little higher the more you make, but even taxpayers who make more than $1 million a year are seldom questioned now. Last year, only 1 in 81 received face-to-face IRS audits. In 2015, it was 1 in 30.
If we allow 99% of millionaires not to have anybody look at their returns, is that really the kind of system that you want?
Meet Sue Long.
I am co-director of TRAC, a research center at Syracuse University, and I'm a professor of managerial statistics.
She says no group of American taxpayers has seen their audit rates drop more than the millionaires. It stands in stark contrast to the one group that's seen an increase in IRS scrutiny, the poor. Taxpayers making less than $25,000 a year are 5 times more likely than the median taxpayer to get questioned by the IRS. Why? Resources. With fewer agents, the IRS has turned more toward automated correspondence audits via mail. They're generally simple, but many low-income Americans don't have accountants, and they call the IRS for help, but because of agency cuts, they don't have anyone to answer the phones, which often leads to the taxpayer getting hit with IRS fines and assessments.
It's not fair to send letters through the mail and then not having anybody to answer anybody's questions about it.
The Republican bill would still allow the hiring of new customer service agents, just not auditors. It's not expected to get a hearing in the Senate though, so yes, you should still pay your taxes this year.